Warped Tour, a rite of passage for every punk, emo, and rock fan growing up. Since it kicked off in 1995, this legendary festival has been the ultimate stage for bands that define the soundtracks of our youth. Whether you were headbanging in the mosh pit, rocking out in your favorite band tee, or just discovering your next obsession, Warped Tour had it all. From punk rock anthems to genre-bending acts, it gave us memories we'll never forget. Now, with Warped Tour 2025 on the horizon, we can't help but wonder, will we get to see the return of some of the iconic bands that helped shape our teenage years? Let's take a walk down memory lane and dive into the top bands we're crossing our fingers to see back on the stage. Number 10. Blink-182. Blink-182, the kings of pop-punk who turned teenage angst into anthems we belted out in our bedrooms. Formed in 1992 in Poway, California, this trio became the voice of a generation with their quirky, energetic performances and unforgettable tracks. With Mark Hoppus, Tom DeLonge, and Scott Rayner, later replaced by Travis Barker, Blink skyrocketed to fame with their third album, Enema of the State, in 1999. Who can forget head-bopping to All the Small Things or the rebellious humor of What's My Age Again? By the late 90s and early 2000s, Blink-182 was everywhere, on the radio, on MTV, and most definitely on your playlist. Their music, blending catchy hooks with relatable themes of youth, relationships, and goofball humor, resonated with fans across the globe. Even through lineup changes and hiatuses, they never lost their edge. After reuniting with Matt Skiba for California in 2016 and Nine in 2019, Blink did what we all hoped for. The original trio reunited in 2023 and dropped One More Time, reminding us why we fell in love with them in the first place. Still touring and making new music, Blink-182 is more than ready to bring back the nostalgia at Warped Tour 2025. Let's face it, Warped Tour just wouldn't feel right without them. Number 9. My Chemical Romance. If you ever rocked black eyeliner, a band tee, and screamed along to I'm Not Okay, I Promise in your bedroom, then you know My Chemical Romance wasn't just a band, it was a movement. Formed in 2001 in New Jersey, MCR burst onto the scene like a dark emotional storm, led by the enigmatic Gerard Way. They quickly became icons of the emo scene, their music blending heart-wrenching emotion with theatrical flair. Their breakthrough came with 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge in 2004, a gothic punk rock masterpiece featuring unforgettable hits like Helena and, of course, the ultimate emo anthem, I'm Not Okay. But it was their 2006 magnum opus, The Black Parade, that immortalized them in music history. Welcome to the Black Parade wasn't just a song, it was an anthem of rebellion, loss, and resilience, and it became the soundtrack to an entire generation's teenage years. MCR's blend of punk, rock, and emo, mixed with Gerard Way's larger-than-life stage presence, cemented them as a defining act of the 2000s. Though they went on hiatus in 2013 after releasing Danger Days, the true lies of the fabulous Killjoys, the world never stopped hoping for their return. When the band reunited in 2019, it was like a beacon of hope for emo kids everywhere. Their reunion tour, delayed by the pandemic, finally kicked off in 2022 and ran through early 2023, reminding us all why MCR's dramatic, emotional style still resonates with fans both old and new. Their legacy's untouchable, and their influence on today's music scene is undeniable. With Warped Tour 2025 on the horizon, fans are surely holding out hope for another spectacular MCR performance. After all, we're all still part of the Black Parade. Number 8. Paramore. Few bands in the pop-punk scene have left as bold a mark as Paramore. Bursting out of Franklin, Tennessee in 2004, Paramore quickly became the poster child of pop-punk rebellion. Fronted by the ever-charismatic Hayley Williams, with her fiery vocals and electric stage presence, Williams was impossible to ignore. And alongside original members Josh and Zach Farrow and Jeremy Davis, Paramore soon carved out their place in the scene. It was their sophomore album, Riot 2007, that catapulted them into the mainstream. Hits like Misery Business and That's What You Get were the soundtrack to teenage angst, breakups, and those emotional late-night car rides. Riot wasn't just an album, it was an era, with Paramore leading the charge for pop-punk misfits everywhere. Their third album, Brand New Eyes, 2009, took them even higher, giving us unforgettable tracks like The Only Exception, showing the band's softer side while still keeping that signature Paramore punch. Despite internal struggles and lineup changes, including the departure of the Farrow brothers, Paramore stayed strong. Fast forward to 2023, and the band returned to their roots with This Is Why, delivering a harder post-punk edge that proved Paramore is never afraid to evolve. Today, with Hayley Williams, Zach Farrow, and Taylor York leading the charge, Paramore continues to tour and create music that connects with both longtime fans and a whole new generation. Their sound might shift with time, but Paramore's spirit remains as fiery and untamed as ever. Perfect for Warped Tour 2025. Number 7. Fall Out Boy. If you were a teen in the mid-2000s, Fall Out Boy was likely on repeat. This Wilmette, Illinois band, Patrick Stump, Peter Wentz, Joel Troman, and Andy Hurley, exploded into the pop-punk scene in 2001. With From Under the Cork Tree in 2005, they became household names thanks to hits like Sugar We're Going Down and Dance Dance. Their emotional lyrics and catchy hooks made them the soundtrack for a generation. In 2007, Infinity on High cemented their legacy, giving us anthems like This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race. After a break, the 2013 comeback album, Save Rock and Roll, proved they hadn't missed a beat, with My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark reigniting their fan base. Fast forward to 2023, and Fall Out Boy is still evolving with So Much for Stardust. Whether it's their heartfelt lyrics or unforgettable performances, Fall Out Boy is more than ready to bring their magic back to Warped Tour 2025. As we continue to look back on these incredible bands that shaped our childhood, it's clear how much we need their presence at Warped Tour. Which band do you wish would return in 2025? Let us know in the comments. Number 6. The Offspring. California's The Offspring kicked off in 1984 as Manic Subsidal before adopting the name we know today. They shot to fame with Smash, 1994, the best-selling independent album ever, featuring iconic hits like Come Out and Play and Self-Esteem. By the late 90s, they were unstoppable, with tracks like Pretty Fly for a White Guy and The Kids Aren't Alright from Americana, 1998, solidifying their global status. With 10 albums under their belt, including Let the Bad Times Roll, 2021, The Offspring has proven their staying power. Fans are eager to hear Dexter Holland, Noodles, and the crew bring their high-energy punk rock to Warped Tour 2025. Number 5. Green Day. Originally formed as Sweet Children in 1987, Green Day burst into the mainstream with Dookie, 1994, selling over 10 million copies in the US and giving us unforgettable punk anthems like Basket Case and When I Come Around. Their raw, rebellious energy captured the spirit of the 90s, turning them into icons of the punk rock revival. But Green Day didn't stop there. In 2004, they took a bold leap with American Idiot, a politically charged rock opera that struck a chord with disillusioned youth worldwide. Songs like Boulevard of Broken Dreams and Holiday became generational anthems, proving Green Day's staying power and artistic evolution. Now, with 13 studio albums under their belt, including the recently released Saviors 2024, Billy Joe Armstrong, Mike Dirnt, and Trey Cool show no signs of slowing down. Fans are eager to see these legends back on the Warped Tour stage, where their high-energy performances and punk spirit continue to resonate. Number 4. Sum 41. Bursting out of Ontario, Canada in 1996, Sum 41 quickly became one of the most energetic forces in punk rock. Their breakout debut, All Killer No Filler, 2001 delivered iconic hits like Fat Lip and In Too Deep, cementing their place as staples of the early 2000s punk rock explosion. Their infectious blend of punk rock, rebellious lyrics, and catchy hooks made them a force to be reckoned with, resonating with fans worldwide. Sum 41 didn't slow down, following up with albums like Does This Look Infected, 2002, and the heavier Chuck, 2004, which gave us anthems like Still Waiting and We're All to Blame. Their music often tackled themes of angst, rebellion, and inner struggle, connecting deeply with their fans. Their final studio album, Heaven X Hell 2022, marked the end of an era as the band disbanded, with members branching out into solo projects. However, their influence lives on, and many are crossing their fingers for a reunion at Warped Tour 2025. Because, let's face it, no one brings the energy quite like Sum 41. Number 3. Good Charlotte. Formed in 1995 by twin brothers Joel and Benji Madden, Good Charlotte quickly carved out a name for themselves in the punk rock scene. Their self-titled debut album dropped in 2000, introducing the world to catchy tracks like Little Things and The Motivation Proclamation. But it was their sophomore album, The Young and the Hopeless, 2002, that truly catapulted them to fame, with anthems like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous and The Anthem becoming the soundtrack for a generation of Warped Tour goers. Their energetic live shows, paired with lyrics that captured the angst and dreams of their fans, solidified them as one of the defining bands of the 2000s. Albums like The Chronicles of Life and Death, 2004, and Good Morning Revival, 2007, continued to build on their success, showcasing their evolving sound while staying true to their punk rock roots. After a brief hiatus from 2011 to 2015, Good Charlotte made a triumphant return with Youth Authority, 2016, and Generation RX, 2018. Proving that their voice still resonates with both old and new fans alike. Their infectious hooks and raw energy continue to make them a band that Warped Tour fans are always excited to see on stage. Number 2. New Found Glory. Hailing from Coral Springs, Florida, New Found Glory burst onto the scene in 1997 and quickly became one of the torchbearers of the pop-punk movement. Comprising Jordan Pundik, Chad Gilbert, Ian Grushka, and Cyrus Baluki, the band gained widespread recognition with their self-titled album in 2000, driven by the infectious anthem Hit or Miss. This was just a beginning, as their follow-up album, Sticks and Stones 2002, solidified their place in pop-punk royalty with iconic tracks like My Friends Over You and Head On Collision. What truly set New Found Glory apart was their energetic live performances and their ability to craft songs that were both fun and relatable, making them a fan favorite at Warped Tour for years. Albums like Catalyst 2004 and Coming Home 2006 saw them expand their sound while still keeping the catchy, hook-laden style that made them famous. Through lineup changes and shifts in the music landscape, New Found Glory stayed the course, releasing albums like Forever Plus Ever Times Infinity 2020 and Make the Most of It 2023, proving that their music still resonates with both old and new generations of fans. Their consistent ability to deliver high-energy anthems paired with their passionate performances have left an indelible mark on the pop-punk genre. It's no wonder so many are crossing their fingers for a New Found Glory set at Warped Tour 2025. Number 1. Taken Back Sunday. Hailing from Amityville, New York, Taken Back Sunday became one of the defining bands of the 2000s emo and alternative rock scene. Their debut album, Tell All Your Friends, 2002, featuring tracks like Cute Without the E, Cut from the Team, and You're So Last Summer, quickly earned them a passionate fan base with its raw emotional lyrics and themes of heartbreak and angst. By 2006, their third album, Louder Now, and its hit single, Make Damn Sure, propelled them to mainstream success, landing them at number 2 on the Billboard 200. Known for their high-energy, heartfelt performances, Taking Back Sunday became a Warped Tour favorite, captivating audiences with their electric stage presence. Despite lineup changes over the years, the band continued to release successful albums like New Again, 2009, and Happiness Is, 2014. Their latest release, 152, 2023, proves they still resonate with fans, blending their signature sound with fresh elements. Taking Back Sunday's impact on the emo scene ensures they remain a top contender for Warped Tour 2025. As we look back on these incredible bands that shaped our childhood, it's clear how much we miss their presence at Warped Tour. Which band do you wish would return in 2025? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgia.